Ask me, then I can't answer.
All right, man. We are live, man. Welcome to the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. I got my boy Nick Swoops, aka Sprinkles, aka Weeb. Let's get it, man. Welcome to the show, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, what's good? What's good, Fresh? First off, man, I appreciate you for having me on live right now on a late Tuesday. Chopping it up, man. You know, I always appreciate the flavor. I appreciate the love. The talk is marvelous every time, man. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate you, man. We got some people hopping on the stream as we speak, man. Appreciate you guys hopping on, man. This is just a improv waiver wire show, man. Hey, look, a lot of football happened this week, man. What was your favorite game this week, bro?
You know what, man? The most surprising team to me this week, man. A lot of people slept because when nobody talking, everybody expected one way. But I have to go with them Raiders, man. They show first off, John Gruden gets to keep his job. All right, that's the first thing.
John Gruden's trash.
Yeah, let's start there. He's probably out the doghouse right now. But man, that offense, man, what they showed me is a lot of fight, man. To kind of hang in there. They came back with some poise. They were down hot. And my man Brian Edwards, man, who would have thought?
Bruh, I like Brian. Look, I was on Brian Edwards since the draft because I'm a Washington fan. Obviously, everybody knows that, and I wanted my team to go ahead and draft him, but I think we ended up drafting Antonio Gandy Gold and then Brian Edwards went in the third round. Matter of fact, that year the Raiders took 3 wide receivers. 3 of them.
They needed it.
And Ruggs supposed to be that guy, but to me it seems like Ruggs is kind of weak, man. Hey, what's up, Phil, man? Appreciate you hopping on the stream. Somebody else is also on the stream, but it just has him as Facebook user. But appreciate you hopping on the stream, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all chiming in with us. He says, don't forget that the best Thursday night football game in years. Absolutely. Tampa Bay. Look, Tampa Bay is for real, bro. Like, Tom Brady is like 70 years old, and he just continues to perform at a high clip, man. It's crazy.
Thanks, but I have a lot of mixed feelings about that game on Thursday, man, because there was some questionable calls that could have went down, but at the same time, you can't let the referees dictate a game. But we can definitely go back if we have time, Manny. I know we got a lot of this on. There's so much time, but we need to really chop up the last little 5-10 minutes of that game, man.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the Thursday night game, and we're gonna talk about the Monday night game as well. Those were 2 primetime games that was amazing. Obviously, my Washington football team played Thursday, and I'm hoping that we ball out because we need a win. We need a win. But let's go ahead and dive into the top 12 quarterbacks in fantasy this week. And some of these names are going to surprise you. Okay. The number 1 quarterback was Kyler Murray. Is that a surprise?
No, absolutely not.
I bet.
Torched him. He torched him.
He torched your squad.
Yeah.
Rest in pieces to those Titans, man.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, man, we are using StreamYard to stream, Phil. So Mahomes was the number 2. Jared Goff was number 3. Jared Goff. And remember, we had this conversation about you was talking about the Lions are trash and they're going to be terrible and this and that.
Yeah.
In fantasy, you're just looking for stats, man. You don't really need, per se, an amazing real life quarterback. You just need somebody who's going to throw the ball, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, it just is what it is. So, Phil, yeah, we are using StreamYard to stream.
Right.
So Jameis Winston came in at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston, he fixed his eyes, bro. He can see now.
Well, the thing about it, he gives New Orleans that dynamic of something that they've been missing, since Drew Brees was starting to get into that latter years of his career, and that's being able to push the ball 20 yards plus downfield. I mean, you can tell even last year. Granted, the receivers ate, everybody ate, but man, they were the play calling just wasn't as wide open as it usually would coming from someone like Sean Payton, who has a arsenal of his playbook is crazy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was missing that dynamic. But Jameis, man, he really stepped in and stepped up to the plate, man. I was really happy for him because I expected a lot more from Green Bay's defense, especially after last year with Zaire Alexander. They got the guys, they got the brothers that rush off the edge. So I mean, I was surprised, but I'm happy for Jameis, man. He needs
Right.
that.
Somebody was asking, did Aaron Rodgers throw the game? I don't think that Aaron Rodgers threw the game. Look,
Nah,
the Saints were just good. Defensively, the Saints are legit. I mean, it just is what it is.
man. You know what? Right now with Green Bay, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. The off season woes, Aaron all in Cancun chilling, Devontae Adams trying to say something. I think it's kind of starting back to kind of haunt them because they did not do anything this offseason whatsoever. I mean, front office is shaky, the head coach is shaky. Matt LaFleur, he was with Titans. I know how he operates.
Right.
He ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
I mean, so Aaron, man, I mean, he kind of just flaunt however he wants to do. I mean, really, he owns that organization.
Right. So we got some comments in the comment section, man. I got my boy Josh Smithers in the building, man. Appreciate you hopping on the stream.
Oh, yeah.
I got my boy Meest in the building. He says Rodgers threw the game. I don't think Rodgers threw the game, man. It just is what it is, man.
Yeah.
And then we got somebody, I can't really see the name because I'm on my phone, but it says, how do you feel about Juwan Johnson? We're going to get to Juwan Johnson. I think that Juwan Johnson is a sleeper tight end this year. And you need to go ahead and grab him, put your claim in right now for Juwan Johnson. He's going to be a steady force. He's a receiving type tight end. Yeah. So, Juwan Johnson, man, put that claim in for him. Phil says, someone tell the Packers that Kevin King can be a liability because he got caught lacking on that deep touchdown. Okay, yeah. Packers, man, outside of Alexander, can you really trust their corners?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yes, sir.
Their front seven's decent.
Yeah.
The front seven, the pass rush is decent, but
absolutely. Somebody says, shout out to Warzone 2. I think that's Kendall. I can't see his name because it says Facebook user, but I think that's Kendall from Warzone 2 from our fantasy league. Says Trey Sermon is going to get some work. Eli Mitchell is legit. Yes, we're going to talk about Eli Mitchell in a minute. It says, will Johnson be starting? I don't think that Johnson starts because it's Troutman. But he's going to get a lot of they're using Juwan Johnson as a wide receiver. He's really a wide receiver converted tight end. But yeah, man, getting back to our list of quarterbacks, number 7, you got Dak Prescott, who had that amazing game. Number 8, Russell Wilson. Number 9, Derek Carr. Number 10, Matthew Stafford could possibly be the MVP this year. I know
absolutely.
Hey.
That West Coast offense is going to cook,
bruh. You're gonna see games where Stafford gets 5 passing touchdowns, 400 yards passing.
Going to work, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Regardless how tough that division is, I mean, McVay and his whole misdirection type of offense that he likes to run, everything is misdirection with him. If you watch him closely,
right?
And that's what they need is somebody with a strong arm. Stafford's a guy with experience. Stafford will probably be the comeback or MVP or whatever you want to call it. He will get an award big time this year for sure. Quarterback of the year, whatever, something.
Yeah. My guy right here says Stafford over Carr. Absolutely. But for this week, but for this week, Carr scored more points than Stafford by a fraction.
I guarantee at the end of the season when we look at the numbers.
Absolutely. I mean, it's Stafford. It's Stafford. Hey, coming in at number 11 was Tyrod Taylor, man. Tyrod Taylor, look, he's doing this thing this year.
You know what? I feel that's one guy who I really feel bad for. It's not his fault. Because let's not forget, his lung got punctured by the doctors. Don't forget about that. I mean, my man has had some trials and tribulations. Man. Somebody pay this man. He deserves something.
You know what I think that happened? Here's what I think that happened, man. I think
pick up the place.
Bro, like when you're watching the game of Buffalo Wild Wings or the commercials and they say hit that easy button, somebody hit that easy button for the doctor to go ahead and puncture the lung to go ahead and get Herbert the job Now Herbert is a thing. Like
It doesn't even matter. I'm just saying, like all these things that led up to that. I mean, Tyrod, bro, I feel you, man. He obviously love the game because the game don't love him. I'm telling you
right.
man. That damn Tyrod.
Oh man, we got some comments in the comment section. Josh Smithers says, "My pick for MVP is Lamar if he can get some help. But my backup is Russell Wilson." Look, you can't say that Lamar didn't have help. Lamar had help. He had Sammy Watkins doing his job. He had Holiday doing his job. Lamar didn't do his job. Lamar had 2 fumbles. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lamar had 2 fumbles. Lamar actually had help in the passing game this time. You can say, okay, that his offensive line, is kind of shaky, but you can't say that Lamar didn't have help. I mean, he had pass catchers. What do you think, Nick?
Man, honestly, the game of the NFL comes always down to those last 3 or 4 plays. And right now, as far as I'm concerned, you only good as your last play. And Lamar, it ain't looking good, bro. It ain't looking good. You only as good as your last play. The last play was a fumble, sack fumble.
Absolutely.
So you only, it is what it is, man. What have you done for me lately?
Right. Phil is chiming in. He says his top 5 candidates for MVP is Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, and tied for 5th, Russell Wilson and Stafford.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. And then my guy says the top rookie wide receivers, Bald, Waddle, Smith, Chase, they all got touchdowns. I was really surprised.
Smith, bro. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Me neither.
I didn't know.
Me neither.
Whatever.
The dude is like so skinny, bro. It seems like he don't eat, bro.
I just wasn't sure.
He still looks like, I'm not even going to say it because I am live on YouTube, but I don't want to get cut. I don't want to get cut.
What happens come week 7?
Week 7.
Week 9. Somewhere up in there. We'll see what's up.
Right. I feel you. Moving on to the top 12 wide receivers in scoring this week in PPR format. You have Amari Cooper, who balled out. You have Tyreek Hill. Debo Samuels went bonkers, bro. Career high.
Consistent. That's my boy. He's not. I like him better as a 2. I don't think he's going to be consistent with that because as a 2, he was, bro. So I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know. He's going to be consistent.
Hey, I don't know either, but one thing I would say is, look, it's fantasy. You take these points while you can. Also, Thielen came in at number 4. Corey Davis, your guy, at number 5.
Go ahead.
Hopkins at number 6. Lockett at 7. Sterling Shepard at number 8, bro. Christian Kirk at 9. Cooper Kupp at 10. Antonio Brown at 11. And Chris Godwin at 12. So that wraps up the top 12 wide receivers this week. Any comments before I move on to the next position group?
Who'd you say number 5 was?
Number 5 was Corey Davis.
That's who. Okay, now let's look at that because bro. How do you feel about Zach? What's his name?
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I like Zach Wilson, man. Zach Wilson is confident, man. He's one of them guys, like, he's not afraid to make plays.
Look at him. Yeah,
he's not afraid to make plays. And
go ahead.
He's going to be aggressive. I see Zach Wilson as a guy that's going to be aggressive. He's going to air the ball out, and they're going to be playing from behind. So he can put up some numbers.
Corey Davis, man, because he can disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Davis, man, even in such a and I know it's easy to disappear when he was playing for the Titans in such a run-heavy offense, but he can constantly putting work in front of, like, he will disappear in your offense, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Jets is a good place for him to kind of showcase because I didn't think those 2 touchdowns he caught were nice, bro.
Right.
And so I'm happy for Corey Davis, man. I hope he continues with that.
Absolutely. A quick request for those of you guys that are watching on Facebook, please share this out. If you're watching on Twitter, please share it out. And if you're watching on YouTube, please share it out as well. Kindly appreciate it, man. And if you're new to watching me, hey, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It just helps the channel grow, helps the podcast grow as well. We're going to move on to the running back position. Last year, what I noticed about the running position was that it was super weak. You had guys like Montgomery and James Robinson. No offense to those guys. They had a good season, but those guys were like top 12 backs for the season because of injuries to Christian McCaffrey and the rest of these other guys. So this week, Christian McCaffrey started off with a bang. He was a number one overall running back in terms of stats, PPR. Joe Mixon was number 2. Jamal Williams, the guy that I told you not to trade, was number 3. And it seems like the Detroit Lions are going to use both running backs in the passing game. When I said that TJ Hockinson is a number 1 wide receiver and that DeAndre Swift is a number 2 wide receiver, everybody laughed at me. But we are now seeing how weak that wide receiver core is for the Lions, that your boy Goff is just checking down. He's just checking down to these tight ends and these running backs, where DeAndre Swift came in number 4. Do you have any comment for that Lions offense and what they can do this year in terms of fantasy? We ain't talking about real life. We're just talking about producing stats here. Talk to me, Nick.
Well, they're going to be playing from behind a lot. Okay, they're going to be playing from behind a lot, which means Goff's going to have to be gunslinger, which means,
yes, sir.
The check down, he's going to be check down, tight end, check down, because I can't name you not one Detroit Lions receiver. For real.
Hey,
Nick. Somebody can work outside the hash marks. I can't name you one. So hey, I don't know.
Read the comment on the screen, bro.
No, I appreciate it, man.
My boy Josh says that Nick, that mustache is definitely working for you, man. You know what I'm saying? My boy Nick, he's known to have that Apollo Creed mustache from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of young guys can pull off the mustache. It's kind of like the Yami Brown with the pork chops. You know what I'm saying? You know, it just takes special grace to pull off. He got the pork chops, man. He got the pork chops. So the mustache is working for Nick. Shout out to Nick and the mustache for being on the show. It's 2 for 1. I appreciate
the love, man. This is my first podcast right here, so I'm hey man, I'm stepping into treacherous waters right now.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Nick on for quite a while, man. I'm so glad that your schedule allowed. So moving on, Nick Chubb came in number 5. Melvin Gordon with that 70-yard run helped him come in number 6, bro. Melvin Gordon,
he hasn't done anything like that since San Diego.
But you know what though? The three out of the last 4 years, Melvin Gordon has finished RB 15 or better. Mm-hmm. That's what people don't realize. Like, I don't know how he does it. At the end of the day, he ends up top 15.
He's still sharing the load.
He's always shared. He's always shared.
Lindsay's still there. They got Devontae Williams now.
Philip Lindsay, remember, he went to the Houston Texans.
Okay, that's right.
But he's sharing with Javonte Williams.
Yeah, Javonte Williams.
Yeah. But somebody just said, sell Javonte Williams. No. You don't want to sell Javonte Williams. You want to hold him. Yeah. He will end up being the main back before the end of the season. So right now, you know what I'm saying? And there is potential to where Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon both end up as top 20 running backs this year, especially with the injury to Jerry Jeudy. They want to ease on Teddy Bridgewater. You don't want Teddy Bridgewater throwing 30 times
no,
a
you
game.
Don't, man. He's not that type of guy.
He's not, man.
That type of guy, man.
Yeah. Somebody said that Melvin Gordon is not going to be a top 15 back this year. Maybe not. Like, look, when it comes to running backs, man, I can't call it anymore. I used to be a running back guy. Now I hate running backs. I'm more wide receivers now more than running backs. Somebody said Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be an RB1 this year. And then he says Mostert, RB, sad face. So, yeah, Mostert, man. Look, most hurt. That's what I heard today. Somebody said most hurt. You know, he's made out of glass. He's peanut brittle pretty much. You touch him, he cracks. You know what I'm saying? You sneeze, you probably paper cut him or something, and he's out in my yard. So
it's gonna be a long season too, man. Let's not forget, man. This season is about to be one of the most brutal seasons, I think. You know, man.
Yep.
I agree, Josh. Yeah, the Houston backfield is hard to have stock in right now. It's a lot going on in Houston, man.
Yep.
The only people I can get you, Brandon Cooks, bro.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks, man. He continues to produce. And speaking of Brandon Cooks, man, I was thinking he was going to be a top 12 this week. He probably didn't make the cut for top 12, but he was definitely a top 15 and top 20 this week in terms of points. Yeah. To finish up the list of running backs, number 8, David Montgomery. Number 9, Tyson Williams. Tyson came in number 9. Kamara, number 10. Jonathan Taylor, 11. And Miles Sanders at number 12. Matter of fact, I traded Tyson Williams and a second-round pick, and a first-round pick in Dynasty. And I got Miles Sanders in the second round 2 years from now. So it was more so like selling high on Tyson Williams because I don't know what it was going to be, man. I said I'm selling him off.
Game this past Sunday. I mean last night, Monday. He that run up the gut was pretty tough, man.
Right. But you know what gets me though? Here's what gets me. Even though Tyson Williams had a good game, right? When the game mattered in the second half, we didn't see him. We saw Octavius Murray because Octavius Murray can block. He's just smarter. He's a vet. So it's going to take Tyson some time to, get going.
I don't know who's going to be the running back for Baltimore right now. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's man. It can be Le'Veon one week. It can be Murray. Sell or keep and just have stock in it. My guy Meeks is asking who's going to be replacing Jerry Jeudy. My money is going to say Tim Patrick. Yeah. We're gonna get to the ads in a minute. We're gonna get to the waiver wire ads in a minute. My guy says, "What's up, my bro? What's good? What's good, man? He's always bringing the fire. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Talking Sports with Manny helps the channel to grow. It says Cooks. I guess I can't hate on him since he's on my team. Cooks does work, man.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not a fan of his work.
Yeah, somebody says, do you think any of the old heads get in? I'm guessing he's talking about the Ravens backfield. I think that Le'Veon ends up being a third back. Devontae Freeman probably just stays on the practice squad as insurance just in case somebody else get hurt. I think the three guys are going to be Tyson Williams, Latavius Murray, and Le'Veon Bell. And just good luck. Good luck with all that, man. Good luck with all that. Says Josh Jacobs' potential for the rest of the season, good or bad? I would say if you have Josh Jacobs, you want to have Kenyon Drake. What do you think, Nick?
Honestly, man, and okay, so I don't like him this week especially because Pittsburgh to me has they had the best outing as far as a front first seven goes on defense. Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw it, but they destroyed Buffalo up front. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Buffalo's no slouch. I mean, yeah, they're small, but the way how Pittsburgh's front seven was just after Josh Allen, I mean, it was just ridiculous. And I can possibly see the same thing happening for the Raiders. I don't like the Oakland Raiders against. I don't like Pittsburgh's front seven against Oakland's run game.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
yes, sir. Hey man, we got my guy Phil Davis in the building, man. I played him in fantasy this week. He said, "You kicked my tail in fantasy this week." Hey, it was my pleasure. I bring the heat on the podcast, and I bring the heat in the weekly matchups, man. But Phil is a very good friend of mine, man. Appreciate you hopping on the stream and supporting as always. Somebody's talking about Arizona. Man, look, we got so much to talk about. Let's go ahead and run through the tight ends. Appreciate the chat. Appreciate the energy in the chat room, man. I'm loving it. So let's go ahead and go through the tight ends, and then we go ahead and get to our waiver ads. So tight ends this week, man. Gronkowski came back to life. He was like the Undertaker, man. He came back.
That's not going to be consistent, man.
It's not. But look, he has that potential to blow up. He had 29 PPR points. Like if you played him, you won. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got Darren Waller. Dude had 19 targets. 19 of them boys. It's crazy, man.
Right.
And then you got TJ Hockinson coming in at number 3. You got Kelsey at number 4. You got Kelsey at 4. You got Juwan Johnson at 5. Goddard at 6. Noah Fant at 7. Logan Thomas at 8. Kittle at 9. Higbee at 10. Hennessy at 11.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
Pharaoh Brown. So when you get to guys like Hennessy and Pharaoh Brown, you just know, look, outside the top 10 guys, The rest don't really matter, man. But shout out to Santiago for joining the show, man. Appreciate you hopping on the show. Phil said it was actually 20 targets. 20 targets for Waller. He says he helped me beat the crap out of Josh. So Josh asked a question. He says, what do I do with Drake in our league? I would say hang on to Drake. Look, I have Drake all across the board. I think that Drake is going to be a great PPR back. Yeah, Kenyon Drake. Yeah, he had 5 passes. He caught 5 passes for 60 yards. I think he had like about 12 to 14 points. He's going to be solid, man. He's going to be a weekly solid guy. I put him in the same class as guys like Naheem Hines, like James White. They catch a few passes. They can fill it in on the bye weeks for you. And if they score, you're talking 20 points. So in PPR, you want to have these pass catching backs. I would say hang on to Kenyon Drake.
Okay.
It says LT is going to eat the Giants for dinner Thursday. Yeah, Logan Thomas, I expect him to go off versus the Giants. He plays really well versus the Giants.
Yeah, I have Washington destroying. I have Washington destroying the Giants that week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, my guy Santiago, he's asking, when was the last time we had a number 1 receiver on our team that didn't get 1 target in the first half? So he's talking about Washington. Santiago is a Washington football fan. I can't remember. Look, I don't know what the coaching staff was doing with the Washington football team. I don't know why Terry McLaurin didn't have 15 targets. He got to get his targets, man. And when Heineken came in, we saw a change. I thought it was going to be a nice connection between Fitzpatrick and Terry McLaurin.
Yeah,
that didn't happen. So it's kind of like, I don't know.
When Fitzpatrick went down, that kind of put the whole everything in flux.
It did. And they started improvising, started moving the ball.
Yeah, he started scrambling and everything from that ever since when Fitzpatrick went out. Because let's not forget, he was there just to keep things afloat. He was not like he was an accident. Jump, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So look, I'm looking forward to that Washington football game. Matter of fact, I'm streaming on Wednesday on my YouTube channel at 9:30 Central Time, 10:30 Eastern Time. We're gonna talk Washington football. I got Brian Haskins coming on the show, cousin of Dwayne Haskins, coming on the show to talk. He's a Giants fan, obviously, so we're gonna have that pregame show Wednesday at 9:30 Central Time. Let me see. My guy feels that force feed F1 McLaurin. I agree. It says Fitz couldn't move the ball. Heineke did some work. Yeah, Heineke did do some work, but it wasn't enough work. The football team lost, and it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take this next question, and we're gonna go ahead and hop into the waiver ads. Santiago says, what team had the biggest upset week 1?
It wasn't Philadelphia. No.
It wasn't Philadelphia.
No.
It could have been.
Could have been Dallas.
Could have been Dallas, but it wasn't Dallas. So we got to pick a team that actually won.
Yeah. It could have been Cleveland.
Could have been Cleveland, but it wasn't. You can say the Raiders.
That's
Baltimore's supposed to be a Super Bowl contender.
They gave me the first. I mentioned at the beginning of the show they had the most fight. That was surprising to me.
Right, Phil says Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh is supposed to be good. I won't say Pittsburgh.
No, so what you're doubting Mike Tomlin. That's what
right. Never miss the playoffs. Never miss the playoffs. Always makes the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
He is not going to with Duck Hodges. It does not matter.
Yes. Oh man, I'm loving this trade, man.
It's gotta be the Raiders. It's gotta be the Raiders. I mean, we had a lot of could have beens.
Right.
But
says Buffalo was a Super Bowl contender. They were. But, I mean, Pittsburgh were a Super Bowl contender until that mighty Washington football team took them down. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it just is what it is. Pittsburgh is expected to be a good team. Like, I consider them a contender. You know, maybe not Super Bowl contender. You can say Pittsburgh is a playoff contender. So, either way, contender's contender. But let's go ahead and get into these waiver ads, man. And then we can go ahead and just stream and just, freestyle the rest of the show. So Jameis Winston is a guy that I'm looking at.
Winston.
Like in a 12 quarterback league, you got to go ahead and snag him to be your number 2 guy.
Oh, I have him as my backup. I have him backing up Matt Stafford.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So I mean, it's definitely something that we want to talk about. Before I get to this next quarterback, I got to put this up on the screen.
Okay.
Josh says Arizona also shocks Tennessee. And Nick is a big Tennessee fan, so.
Well, let me say this. No, you're right. You are right. I'm born and raised here in Nashville. That is my home team. But let me say this right here to you. No, I'm just let me say something to you. And I want y'all to see me dead in my face. Okay, the AFC West ain't nothing to play with out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now, they will pop you dead in your chin. I'm telling you right now, and take your lunch. All of them murked everybody. Like they left nothing for nobody on the table. Neither one of those 4 teams. I'm telling you right now. I'm not saying the Super Bowl champion is out there, but what I'm saying is, if your offensive line is not ready, you're done. You're done.
Right.
You get it, man.
Right.
No matter how you slice it up.
Right.
No matter how you slice it up, because they are tough.
Also, the NFC West as well. I think, the entire West Coast, NFC West, AFC West, they went 8-0. They all won their games, and they all have solid teams. Another guy that I'm looking at in 2 quarterback leagues is Taylor Heineke. You want to go ahead and grab Taylor Heineke if you're playing in super flex leagues, 2 quarterback leagues, when you get to start 2, because Taylor Heineke is going to give you scrambling. He's going to give you improvision. And we saw just a little glimpse of what Taylor Heineke can do in that Bucs game. So I'm expecting a big game out of Taylor Heineke come Thursday night. I'm predicting 3 touchdowns for Taylor Heineke, maybe about 265 yards. Those are solid numbers. I got Derek Carr, Jared Goff, and Tyrod Taylor on my list. I think those are 3 guys that people disrespected this year. Those are just good backup quarterbacks if you're playing in 1 quarterback leagues.
Did we expect this type of game from Taylor Heineke, though?
You mean versus the? I mean, he came in. Yeah, I expected him to play well because I've seen him in spurts. I haven't seen him start a game. He hasn't started he started that game versus the Bucs. Got hurt, but he finished the game. His problem has been durability. But moving forward, it's his team now. At least for the next 8 weeks, it's Taylor Heineke's team. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him play. My boy Phil has to go, man. Appreciate you hopping on the stream, man. Appreciate all the support, all the love, man. Yes, sir. Good luck to you this week, man.
Thank you for your energy.
Yes, sir. So, Taylor Heineke, man, I'm expecting a big game out of him. When I look at the wide receivers, man, my boy Santiago says, Heineke. Heineke. He says in my Chase Young voice, yes, sir. Yeah, I'm expecting a big game out of him. When you look at the wide receivers, man, it's a whole bunch of wide receivers. I'm going to do that one last. Let's go to running backs. Eli Mitchell. I got to get up close.
Tell me about this guy, man.
Eli Mitchell is going to be the number 1 waiver wire pick all across America. When you wake up tomorrow morning and if you put in your claim and you got Eli Mitchell, that means that Santa Claus visited you. That means that you was not naughty. That means you was good. And you got a gift because he's going to be a gift. He's going to get at least 60% of that workload for that team.
Okay.
Trey Sermon was a healthy scratch. Why? Trey Sermon was drafted in the 2nd or 3rd round. I can't remember, but he was drafted high. Eli Mitchell was undrafted. He's not a bust. Maybe he doesn't play some special teams. Maybe there was a reason why he was a healthy scratch, but we're going to find out. One thing I want to know is now that Raheem Mostert is gone for the entire year, that means you got Jermichael Hasty. So that's a guy that you need to keep an eye on. You can put in a claim for him as well if you don't get Eli Mitchell. But it's going to be 3 guys. It's going to be Sermon, Mitchell, Hasty. You might not want to mess with that backfield, but you might want to get a piece of that backfield.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
hey,
you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me read this comment. It says, Manny, the Thursday night game starts at 7 or 8, I think. So your pregame show is at 9:30. No, my pregame show is going to be Wednesday night. So my pregame show is tomorrow night. The game is Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
It says ready to be on the next show. Bro, hey, hit me up, man. DM me, man. DM me. You are on the show. You are definitely on the show. You're definitely on the show. So it says, you know what I'm saying, Cordell Patterson. He's supposed to be a receiving back, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing in a deep league, you get a Cordell Patterson. Like, I'm not so excited for Cordell Patterson. You know,
no reason to be.
Wide receiver turned running back, ATL, trash. I don't know. I'm not messing with that. But Mark Ingram, we're talking about the Houston running game. They ran the ball 41 times.
That's a lot.
Mark Ingram had 26 of that. The rest of all the other running backs had 15.
Mark Ingram better than them, though, man.
He is better than them. Well, I mean, Lindsay, it's debatable. Lindsay's younger. He's smaller. But Lindsay is a power back. He's a smaller power back.
I've always been a fan of Mark Ingram, man. I don't know why, bro. Mark Ingram, I don't know. There's always those backs that you've always been a fan of, but you know they're not like
right. I will say this. If Mark Ingram is your third, fourth, fifth, sixth running back on your team, cool.
You're doing pretty good.
James White is another one. Like I said, he's a PPR guy. He's good for 10, 12, 15 points every single week just because of the receiving upside. And something that helps the young quarterbacks is the dump offs, the little 5 to 6 yard, little passes. So James White is somebody who's out there. If he's out there, man, stash him. Get him on your squad. Kenneth Gainwell from Memphis, man. Memphis been producing some pretty good running backs.
Yeah.
Pollard, Gibson, Henderson, Gainwell, running back man. So he's a smallish guy. He's more so of a receiving back, but he's definitely somebody that you want to keep an eye on, even if you don't want to claim for him.
Right, and their games are transitioning to the NFL to the next level.
Yep. Hey, he came in the game, ran that touchdown in. I'm like, he scored. I don't know if it was a receiving touchdown or a running touchdown, but he did score. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be a committee, but Miles Sanders is the guy. And I'm glad I traded for Miles Sanders in one of my leagues.
He's good too.
Yes, sir. It says Dwayne Haskins' cousin is joining your pregame. That's crazy. He must hate you for being a Skins fan. Yeah, so actually, me and 3 of Dwayne Haskins' cousins all went to school together, including Nick, that's on the show right now. We're actually in a family group chat. Those are my guys. Like, they're just, close to me. They're the Dwayne Haskins family members that live in Nashville or Tennessee. But my guys' father and Dwayne's father are cousins. So that's how they're related. So, yeah, they're really close to Dwayne. But, yeah, everybody in that chat is Giants fans. But the guy that's coming on the show actually supported the Washington football team all of last year while his brother was on the squad. And, we keep it real. But what we talk about regarding Dwayne Haskins, we keep that in the chat. We keep that in the family chat. But Larry Roundtree is a guy that you might want to keep an eye on just in case something happens to Austin Eckler. Jermichael Hasty, San Fran, probably going to be their second or third back, depending on how they feel about Trey Sermon. Like Nick said, is he a bust? I don't know if Trey Sermon is a bust, but I think Trey Sermon is solid. It's just all about getting that opportunity to show what he can do.
All right, it's all about showcase. Exposure.
Exactly.
Who's the offensive, who's what the game plan is. It's all about the offensive game plan.
Santiago says, Manny, one day I'm going to get on your panel. If you have to have my nephew on. Hey, bro, man, I emailed you. I've emailed you, bro. I would love to have you on the show. Just, hit me up. Tweet me, bro. Tweet me, email me back. I mean, we got to make it happen, man. I got to get you on the show. I would definitely love to have you on the panel, bro. For real. Let me see. David Johnson, a guy to keep an eye on. So the tight ends, we've talked about Juwan Johnson. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, absolutely. Juwan Johnson. Man, right now that Michael Thomas is kind of like not present right now, everybody on the Saints is kind of eating right now.
Yep.
Especially the receivers. I mean,
there's so many of them.
Yeah, Kamal can get him, but I'm not sleeping on Marquez Callaway from UT. I'm not sleeping on the tight end or what's my man name? Who caught the bomb from Jameis? Who got behind it? I forgot his name. I think his last name's like Moore.
I don't know.
yeah, man. I think so. But no, pretty much at the end of the day, all the Saints receivers are eating right now.
Yeah, I mean, just grab one and just hold them. Yeah.
Slash, you know.
Right. This David Njoku. David Njoku had a good game. Definitely somebody that I'm keeping an eye on.
About time. I've been waiting for him to come around for some time.
Bruh, I've been waiting for 4 years.
Yeah.
He's Nigerian. He should be balling, man.
He's a hell of an athlete, seriously.
Yeah, he really is. He really is.
He hasn't had a chance to get the love that he deserves.
Jared Cook is another one.
He's old now.
Hey, he had 5 for 65. I'll take them 11 points. Yeah. I'll take them 11 points coming out of a tight end. Shoot. Yeah. Hey, don't get it twisted, man. I'll take them points. We transition to wide receivers. This is the group that has a lot of guys to, go ahead and grab. Yeah. Christian Kirk. Kirk is available. I don't know why.
Yeah, he is available.
I'm saying definitely somebody to go grab. Josh just mentioned Harris is the other receiver that was working with Winston. Absolutely. Harris is a good one to go grab. Tim Patrick. We talked about Jerry Jeudy. We talked about who's going to take over. Tim Patrick. Last year, let me tell you what Tim Patrick did last year, bro.
Go ahead.
51 receptions, 742 yards, 6 touchdowns. You gotta know that the guy can play. He can play. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna command a lot of targets this year. And I'm really, really liking what Tim Patrick brings to the table, man. What was you gonna say, Nick?
He should at least grab everybody's attention.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. My boy Chef Dre Boogie, man. Appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah, appreciate that, Chef, bro. Man. We trying to do what we can do, man. It's all quality talk. Everybody's got a solid point of view right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's keep this thing going, man. So we talk about Deontay Harris. KJ Hamler. That's another guy that Teddy Bridgewater's going to have fun with.
He's still out there. Yeah.
He's a speeder. He's a speedster. Maybe he puts it together because I think that game, I think he had Butterfingers on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. He had a nice grab that he could have had and he dropped it. But KJ Hamler, man, he's a baller, man, despite that drop. Brian Edwards, my guy, my man, and my Denzel Washington voice. My man. I like Brian Edwards a lot. But here's the guy that nobody's talking about. KJ Osborne. Have you heard of him?
I have not. Who?
All right. So he plays for the Vikings, and he is their wide receiver 3. I think he had up to 7 receptions for 70 yards. So he's going to be right behind guys like Thielen and Justin Jefferson because they have no real tight ends. You know what I'm saying? Irv Smith.
Yeah, he's going.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We just signed maybe Chris Herndon. Who did they?
Yeah, he's trash, man.
Yeah, he's trash.
I'm not fooling with that guy, bro.
He's a definite gamble.
I'm not fooling with that guy, bro. But yeah, man, Osborne, he's out here. So you got Zach Pascal from the Colts.
Yeah, Zach's Pat, and he's still out there. He's still available in a lot of leagues too.
A lot of leagues. Van Jefferson. This is a guy.
Great receiver for the Rams. He's still out there in a lot of places.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but Josh, go ahead and put your claim in for Osborne, man. He's going to be their 3rd wide receiver. He's pretty much going to take all them targets that the tight ends usually get in Minnesota, and we know that Kirk loves to throw the ball. So definitely somebody.
Don't forget about Cedric Wilson for the Cowboys.
Yeah. Cedric Wilson for the Cowboys with Michael Gallup missing several weeks.
He's on IR. He's done. I don't know.
Yeah. And also grab any one of the tight ends for the Dallas Cowboys, whether it's Jarwin or whether it's Schultz. Just grab one of those guys because targets is going to be crazy for the Dallas Cowboys. I still think the Dallas Cowboys defense is not pretty good. So they're going to be throwing from behind to come back anyway. So why not get a piece of that target share with the tight ends? I
got Dawson and Jarwin available in both of my leagues.
Yeah, everybody's hopping in on Blake Jarwin. They're probably thinking, you know what, Jarwin is straight. He has I guess he has more upside. But Schultz played last year and played very well.
Yeah, he did.
Played very well. You know somebody that I never grabbed
Who's that?
is Sammy Watkins. But let me read Santiago's comment real
I
quick.
can't do
Manny
it, bro.
says, Manny, I was just checking in on you, bro. I had to touch your channel. Gotta get back on the floor. Peace and blessings. Hey, appreciate you hopping on the stream, Santiago, man. We definitely got to get together. We definitely got to collab. For real.
Much love.
Yes, sir. So we talking about Sammy Watkins, man. Like, look.
I don't trust him, bro.
I don't trust him, but
I don't want to deal with it.
Hey, Lamar got to throw to somebody. Hey, if you're desperate, if you're desperate,
the numbers, man.
Yeah, if you're desperate, you grab a Sammy Watkins. Only if you're desperate. Jalen Rager's out there in a lot of redraft leagues, but he's snatched up in dynasty leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Josh says I can't take any stock in the cow pies. CD would be the only possibility. Look. I played in a lot of leagues with this guy named Cowboys. You know, so I played in a lot of leagues with Cal, right? And he runs these nice 6-keeper leagues. And I was able to get Amari Cooper. Somebody sent me a deal. They sent me Amari Cooper for Mark Andrews. Huh?
Coop snags.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, look, I'm a Washington fan. I will take Cowboy players if they help me win championship. And last year I won, what was it? $900. Yeah, so yeah, I'll take Cowboy players. I'll take Cowboy players, man.
Dak going 40, 50 times a game, absolutely.
Yes, sir. So we got 3 more names on this list. We got Rondell Moore, wide receiver, rookie from Purdue. I think it's Purdue. But he reminds me of a Steve Smith type guy. He's speedy. He's in the slot. He's strong. Hunter Renfrow, we all know his story. Walk on. Played with your boy Trevor Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? Got drafted in the 6th round, and now he's here today, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing for the Raiders. And last but not least, Sterling Shepard. I hope he does nothing versus the Washington football team come Thursday, but Sterling Shepard was snagging, though. You know, they brought in Kenny Galladay. They drafted Kadarius Toney. You know, they had Slayton. So, I mean, this is a list, man. You got anybody else to add receiver-wise?
That kind of stood out to me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, and I was surprised this week because a lot of guys really kind of had like mediocre games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, not nobody that we haven't. I think we kind of hit on everybody.
Okay, my boy Chef Dre says Hunter was balling on that Ravens secondary.
Yeah, he was. But you know, I really hate, and hate's such a strong word. I really dislike the Raiders' offense. I really do. Their passing attack, man. I just don't like. I don't know, man. They need more than just Renfrow and Ruggs, bro. They got to, man.
Are you saying Ravens or Raiders? Which one is it?
Raiders?
Okay, Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, Raiders. You got bro.
The Raiders or the Ravens. Hunter was balling on that Ravens side. Yeah, Hunter Renfrow. I don't like the Raiders' offense, bro. Like the Raiders, how they're set up, man. I'm just
right.
You know,
look,
I don't.
Look, I put it like this. They drafted receivers because they needed receivers. They couldn't sign receivers, right? Yeah. So Henry Ruggs was supposed to be that guy. Henry Ruggs to me is weak.
Yeah, he is weak.
He's weak. He's not strong. And we always tell Pops. We always tell Pops in the family chat that Henry Ruggs is weak. But, you know, he loves his Alabama players. Pops loves his.
How many targets did Waller have?
Not like 20, 19, 20.
No way. Like, how? Why? Like,
but he was force fed, though. He was force fed.
Like, there's like your tight end.
But Brian Edwards is that guy, and we saw it when it mattered. I'm telling you, Brian Edwards is the guy to own. All right, my boy Chef says super weak. All right, so we all agree.
Thank you, Chef. I appreciate it. Yes, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way.
All right. Josh is asking a question about Paris Campbell. He says he disappointed Sunday. Look, I'm staying away from every Colts wide receiver. I'm done with Michael Pittman Jr. I'm done with Paris Campbell. Y'all can go ahead and get Pascal if y'all want, but I'm not messing with that wide receiver group until I figure out what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Do you know what's going on with the Colts wide receiver group, Nick? I don't know what's going on.
Bro, the only person I know that you can really plug in for the Colts right now is probably Jonathan Taylor, bro. That's it, bro. I mean, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I don't even know.
And you know what's so funny? Jonathan Taylor had a lot of receptions this week.
I know.
Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines. They both had at least 6 receptions this week.
I don't know, bro.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can get Zach Pascal. You know, didn't he have 2 touchdowns?
He had 2 touchdowns, but he only had 20-some yards. Good luck. You remove those touchdowns. How many points does he have?
Yeah, bro.
Man.
Danny Amendola in Houston could be something. Danny Amendola is weak, bro, in any offense. Do not do that. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, bro. You might as well get Cedric Wilson or something, bro.
Right.
Leave him alone.
Oh, man. Danny Amendola's 92 years old. Yeah, I'll leave him alone as well. Chef Dre Boogie says,
"What you want to got upside?"
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that we still got let me see.
You like that Ravens backfield?
Who do you have? What do you have? It just depends, bro.
Yeah, I said, I like the 49ers backfield.
Me
too. At least one of them guys, because the system works. You know what I'm saying? Last year, check this out.
I mean,
I was playing somebody in fantasy, and this guy picks up Jeff Wilson Sunday morning. He starts Jeff Wilson, and Jeff Wilson put up over 30 points on me. Dude had 3 rushing touchdowns.
That's a workload, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So, any 49ers running back, Elijah Mitchell, Jermichael Hasty, Trey Sermon, go get them.
It's all just one team, though. I mean, go get those guys.
Houston backfield, man.
Houston's backfield, Lindsay. Teams that are hurting,
Right, Ravens.
You might as well go to the Jets backfield, go get that. What's the little buddy name?
Michael Carter.
Yeah, go Michael Carter.
Stash him. Yeah.
Bro. I mean, you might as well go get it. It's early, bro. It's only week 2.
Right.
You don't know. Yeah.
It's only week 2, man. But yeah, man, this is a show, man. Appreciate you hopping on the show, Nick, man. We had a good time, and we had the energy in the chat, man.
Yeah.
All great hype. Any last remarks, man? Tell the people where they can find you on social media too.
Find my social media.
Twitter, Instagram. I mean, it's up to you, man. It's optional. It's optional, man.
Hey, man, y'all can, if you're trying to contact me, just call Manny. Manny, call me. That's all I can tell y'all. Nah, man. I'm gonna be real, man. My account looks like spam. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all out there right now. My Instagram and all that. But yeah, it's much love, man. I appreciate Manny. Manny knows how to find me. He knows I'm not hard to find. He knows where I put my head at night, so it's all good. I'm here. Yeah, bro.
Yes, sir, man. So this is the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel, man. Appreciate you guys hopping on, man. We had the people on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube hopping on.
Oh, yeah.
You guys go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I got memberships on YouTube. I have 3 different levels. The 3rd level, you have access to me asking me questions 24/7. So get your membership to connect with me even further with any fantasy advice that you have. We can, talk there. And I'm also going to be creating a group chat for several levels. Maybe the 2nd and the 3rd level of the YouTube membership. So
we're gonna keep it
appreciate
real.
You guys, man.
Stuff, man. Correct, man.
You already know. You already know. All right, man.
All right, man.
Catch y'all in the next episode.
Man. Sweet dreams, America.
Yes, sir.
All right.